Hey y'all, Rick Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punchwally Garage and Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing? You alright? You're alright. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024, year of our Lord. Season number 2. Episode number 31. Today we will talk about Fred, silence, and Winston tastes good. Let's go. In my life, the 366 project, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine, is going to go back to 1975. That was the year I graduated high school, and my brother. So, one of the things you notice is how different the kids look now versus back then. Back then, let's just talk about the girls. The girls in high school. Most of them had long, straight hair parted in the middle. Most of them. Most of them wore either mini skirts and go-go boots. That's what you wore when you went out. To school, they wore bell-bottom blue jeans. Usually. I can tell you what the girls didn't have. They didn't have tattoos. They didn't have nose rings. They didn't have green hair or I don't even know if the girls dyed their hair back then. I guess they did when they got older, but in high school I don't think they did. These days the girls, I think, try so hard to be grown up. Slow down. You're going to have all you want of being grown up. Back in the day, there was nothing cooler than a pretty girl playing pinball. That was a pretty cool sight. I live over by MacArthur High School in Irving, and yesterday I had to go give blood over there, and the kids were going to school, and it's like, what planet are these kids from? They resemble nothing like my generation. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. I'm going to go with, I don't think so. The kids were natural. They were polite. Lots of yes sirs and yes ma'ams going around. Today, it's more phone in your hand and trying to connect to everybody. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't like anybody that does like it. I'm an old man, and I want to turn the clock back. Let's check that truck. Check that truck, you big old... Woo! Hey, look at that boy. What do you got there? Well, you've got tie-dye, see? An orange and white, like a dreamsicle, creamsicle, whatever that is. White toe, double black racing stripe, 2 vent hose, black and white Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star logo, white shoestrings, one eye down, double knotted for safety. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Say it with me, y'all, these are some handsome Chucks. Yes, they are. Southern slang, and I always hated this. He's busier than a one-armed paper hanger. When I worked at Roach Paint Company owned W.J. Hancock, which was a big wallpaper distributor. So we sold lots of wallpaper. You know, I had lots of painter customers that were painters, and then I had quite a few that were paper hangers. The paper hangers were always a little bit different. It seemed like they were a little bit more artsy, which was kind of cool. There was a girl that was a paper hanger, and I wonder whatever happened to her. Her name was Linda Giesecke. And she's a paper hanger for years, about my age. I don't know whatever happened to her. Probably living in the White House somewhere. Maybe dating Bill Clinton or Walter Mondale or somebody. Dad joke. If you're not yelling at your kids, then you're not spending enough time with them. Yogiism, if the world were perfect, it wouldn't be. That is true. Have you checked out my merchandise shop, Strokers Dallas Merch, merch.com. We have lots of long sleeve shirts. Still winter, although we've been in the 70s every day. Lots of short sleeve shirts, lots of hoodies and hats and all kinds of things. Wouldn't kill you to check it out. Strokers Dallas Merch, merch.com. Get off the couch, a motivational minute. I finally realized that silence is more powerful than proving a point. What does that mean, Mr. Fairless? It means sometimes when you're talking to somebody and you know you're right, and you know you're not going to convince them that you're right, just be quiet and nod your head. That's what I do. I don't want to argue to make a point, and the only person that's going to feel good about it is me. Pat them on the back and nod your head and say, that's right, you got it. Because if all you're doing is proving a point, who cares? Who cares? If you have a motorcycle you'd like to sell, holler at us, Rick at strokersdallas.com. We will pick it up, get it running, sell it, write you a check. I'm going to leave you with this. Did you know that 30 years before The Simpsons, there was another animated prime time cartoon? It was called the Flintstones. Did you know that the Flintstones were prime time? 30 years before The Simpsons. So Fred Flintstone was patterned after Ralph Cramden from The Honeymooners. And did you know at one time, Winston cigarettes were the sponsor for the Flintstones? And there was an episode where Barney and Fred were supposed to be doing yard work, and they took time out for a Winston break, and Fred takes a hit off that square and says, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Can you imagine the Flintstones smoking? They did. And that, boys and girls, is the rest of the story. Okay, Rick Fearless, I got to get out of here. I'm busy. A lot of stuff going on. Y'all come see me. Love you, bye. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.